Alright, hi everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I had a pretty busy week, well, as of late. I still have a lot to do, especially on Friday. But hope everybody has been keeping up, and I hope everybody's mental health has been... It's been going well. I practically just finished dinner, so now I'm just having like a bowl of soup, so... Yeah, I still... Well, I still want to get in... I'm probably gonna make this like a bit of a shorter stream, because I still want to get a little bit of editing in. Hi Ash, how's it going, man? I'm having an amazing day today. That's great, man. Do you do anything special? Is there a reason for it being a great day? Hey Lufa, how's it going? Oh, did you set up like the Minecraft server? Is everything working now? I'm also having an amazing day. Nice! That's pretty good. I feel like very... I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I feel good, but at the same time, kinda tired. Because I know, like, going into tomorrow, that's gonna be a really stressful day. Well, not stressful. Not just like stressful, but very overwhelming. My partner's gonna buy me a new Minecraft server when she can. Oh. Oh, really? That's nice, man. You must have had, like, the plugins all set up then, huh? Oh, but that does remind... Let me just talk about a little bit of my day. So, besides just, like, work and then having to go, well, my sister is like out on vacation, and as you know, she has like dogs, and well, she doesn't have like cats anymore because a lot of her animals, or a lot of her pets, they're mostly gone now because they've lived a very long life. I think it's been more than 10 or so years since I last saw them. So yeah, besides just like one remaining dog left, she still has that. It's like a little mini Yorkshire Terrier. And I don't know if you guys own any pets, but her pet specifically, she says it's like really smart, but I don't really believe that. I will say though, she is like really excited whenever a family member comes. But she's also kind of... like, I treat it as like a regular dog. I'm sure there's some dogs that are really smart, and some cats that are really smart as well. But one of the things that my sister told me is that if you go to her house... Because she has it set up like it's fortified in a way where she has multiple security cameras. So whenever I have to go into the door, I have to like grab this can of coins... and then I have to shake it so that the dog doesn't go loose and she gets out the door. So all while doing that, I have to put in like the alarm code, otherwise it's gonna go off. So it's not just that, but the dog is well trained for the most part. I don't know if you guys own any pets, but I tend to think that the best pet is the one that can mostly take care of themselves, and it doesn't require a whole lot of attention. But it's not the worst thing in the world if it does. So yeah, for the most part, the dog's doing well. And I have to go there and, do the same thing tomorrow, but she's holding up just fine for the most part. Let me see. Oh, that reminds me. I did get some time and I did watch the Nintendo Direct. I don't know if you guys were interested in that or you guys watched it. But I saw a couple things that I thought was kind of... I didn't think they would do it, but they did it anyways. So, one of the things I saw for the Nintendo Direct was that they were doing a Super Mario Galaxy movie. So, I don't know why. But I feel like they struck like they were fine for the first Super Mario movie, but now they're kind of branching into like other games of the Super Mario series. Like you hit gold once, and now there's not really any gold left. You're kind of just hitting silver. Or what's a really bad what's a really bad material, like a mineral? Maybe copper. The Super Mario Galaxy movie featuring Chris Pratt as everyone. I don't know why who in their right mind would think that's a good idea. Like I'm sure the first Super Mario movie was fine, but you know when you're coming up, the way I think of it, right? It's like when you're making a game and then you try to make a movie out of it, and then you make an entire series. It just gets really, really old and really stale. And the thing is, like with the Super Mario Galaxy movie, you already, for the most part, people who are gonna watch it are just gonna be the people that already played the games. And for the, and if you have a movie about it, then more than likely you already know how it's gonna end. That's how I feel with the first. I know they made like the Last of Us live action thing, and they tried to I don't know, the first part was fine, and then they made the second part, and a lot of people really hated that, which makes sense, but I don't know what people went in there expecting. Hello Mario. Yeah, it's a me, Mario, and Luigi, but we don't mention Luigi anymore. Because everything has to be about Mario. Oh, that does remind me. It does suck that the old Mario voice actor, he had to retire. But I'm pretty sure he still wanted to do it. Like, he was really good at it. But like, it's gonna be hard. Like, well, I don't know. It's not gonna be that hard to find a replacement for him for like the Super Mario games. I'm sure this is like old news, but I'm sure whoever's playing the Super Mario voice actor, not just for like the movie, but also for like the main games too, I'm pretty sure they'll be okay at it. By now, there's probably a whole bunch of impersonators out there. I think of it the same way as like people in New York, and they dress up and they ask for money or something. I forgot what they called. But if you go to New York, there's like a bunch of cosplayers on the side, and then you get to like take pictures with them. Like they're cosplaying impersonators, but they do for the most part they do a decent job at it. So I'm sure they could just hire somebody off the street to do it. The OG Mario actor retired. I know he's old, but like voice acting is physically demanding. I feel like, personally speaking, I can probably do voice acting. Like, I can do it, I can overreact pretty well. Like, if in terms of acting, though, that's something entirely different. Well, actually, what do you guys think? Do you guys think, like, voice acting is like, more difficult than acting by itself? Or do you guys think acting is entirely, more difficult? Because I think acting in general is more difficult, because you don't just have to like have like a voiceover or anything. You actually have to portray the character, and then like walk, not just like talk, but also do things like with your hands, and you might have to do stunts or something. I think acting is definitely more difficult than just voice acting, but it's not to discredit people that do voice act. There's a lot of memorable voice actors out there that I personally can't remember off the top of my head, but they have retired. Oh, and now that I remember, there are some that have passed away, but there are a couple that I do know that I have like fond memories of. Back when I was a kid, I used to watch like the Pokemon anime. And they had like a couple of voice actors on there that I didn't think they would voice multiple roles. But it's so surprising though. Like even if you don't think a voice actor is related to it, you probably might have heard their voice one time or another, because they do multiple voices. So, well, actually, in a way, I guess maybe voice acting is. Well, I don't know. Voice acting, the way I think of it, is kind of mimicking, because you have to do multiple voices, but at the same time, you as an actor, you have to portray multiple roles. But I think one of the more difficult things when it comes to becoming a voice, an actor, and I always think of this like this way whenever I see a show character or like a movie character, and you get typecasted in that role, and it's so difficult to try and break out of it, because once you're known for a specific role, people will just assign you to that role, and they'll just call you by the name of that character. I think one such one, and this is like for a video game character. I don't know if you guys ever played Grand Theft Auto, like 5 or GTA 5. I haven't played it myself, but I know that for this one character, he doesn't like being called the name of the character. It's like his name is called Trevor, but his real name is called Steven. So, but one of the things he dislikes, but he was so good at the role that people just refer to him as Trevor. But because of his role, people just call him Trevor, and like he's not particularly that type of person in real life. So in every other role that he's ever been in, and I've seen him in like multiple roles. Like he was in Better Call Saul, and he was also in The Walking Dead. But people even now in like the comments, if you watch like clips of the show, it's like, oh, that's Trevor, I know him. Like it's like the worst thing in the world that I feel like you can have as an actor is to be typecasted in one role and just be known for that forever. That just means that you can never take any other role and people will take you seriously. It's funny that in Pokemon, Brock's called onigiri a jelly sandwich in the English dub. Oh, I'm pretty sure that maybe he called it the jelly donut. Oh, another Pokemon phrase that I remember off the top of my head. Like, what was it? It was raining, and then he says, I'll use my frying pan as a drying pan. And then he just puts it on top of his head. It has nothing to do with of different languages, but I'm sure it translates over well to the same thing. Just very cheesy jokes. Okay, give me 1 second. This song is looping in the background, and I kind of want to change it a little bit. Yeah, we'll play it. We'll change it to the Animal Crossing music. That's like the Froggy classic at this point. Hey Kazi, how's it going, man? I'm good, how are you? I'm doing okay for the most part. Like, I'm doing fine, but I'm extremely tired. But I don't know, I can like sort of muscle through the tiredness of it all. Like, even if I am tired, I can adjust to it. Like, I can go on like maybe 24 hours and then not really need that much sleep at all. But after a while, when I don't take a break or I don't do anything, that's when everything kind of hits at once. So it kind of depends. But we were mostly talking about the Nintendo Direct, and we were also talking about voice actors and actors in general. Yeah, we were talking about like actors being typecasted, and there's like some specifically that do get typecasted. Another one I'd say is from Breaking Bad, and it's I don't know. You guys think it's like a good thing to be typecasted, to be well known for a specific role that you play? Or do you guys think that it's like I like to think that you know you're well known for other things, but like I think in general I don't know. I just don't want to be tied down to a specific thing. Now that I think about it, it kind of relates to life itself and like jobs and roles and all that. To be known for one thing and nothing else. It was okay, but I got free cake from Publix. Is that like a... Is that like a southern state grocery store? Because over in California where I live, we don't have Publix. We have something called Aldi. I'm pretty sure it's almost the same thing. Like, Aldi is just like a... It's like a weird grocery store. Like, you go in there and it feels kind of dystopian in a way. Like, it's sort of like a grocery store, but at the same time, it feels like a warehouse. Like, probably because, like, it's much more spacious, but you don't have, like shelves or, like, aisles necessarily. But it feels less like a supermarket, though. It has homey vibes. Really? Do they sell anything that's, like, good from Publix? I heard, I don't know if this is, like, for sure, though. But I remember there's, like, one, assuming, like, since you said you have Publix, there's, like, one fast food restaurant that I think it also has the same name. But I don't know for sure. I think it's Publix or Public. I forgot. I'm trying to remember. It has almost the same name. I'm trying to remember. Fast food restaurant. The bakery, subs, and deli. Man, I haven't been to that grocery store before, but it does seem very interesting. Since you said it has homey vibes. Man, I'm trying to remember. What is it called? It's not Publix, is it? I know it's in, it's like in the easternmost states. Okay, never mind. I'll probably, like, remember it a little bit later down the road. I wonder, do you guys, have, like, any spice level tolerance whatsoever? Like, can you eat spicy food without having to... You know, like, drink glasses of water or, like, milk or anything? Because I remember back when I was a kid, I used to eat a lot of spicy food. But more, like, I also used to eat a lot of, like, really hot, hot Cheetos. The red hot kind. So I kind of just built up a tolerance level for spiciness. But nowadays, I don't really eat anything spicy at all. Not even, like, junk food or anything. But, well, except for maybe fast food. Like, the only spicy food that I ever eat is maybe just, like, if I go out and if, like, people get something, or, like, if I go out with family. We go out to a fancy restaurant. Or one of those, like, Asian restaurants that cost you, like, 200 fucking dollars. Then, you know, then it's usually... And usually I'll take like a bite or something, and then I find that I don't know, I probably can handle it still, just not like extremely spicy. Froggies, do YouTubers make money off views if it's a streamer? Stream? Kinda depends. Actually, give me a second. Let me look that up. Do you mean if I make money off of streams? Like monetization? Cause I remember that you do make money off of streams, but it's not exactly a whole lot. Give me 1 second. I need to look it up. You know, you guys can also take a look at my monetization for how much I used to make for streams. If you're interested. Let me see. Let's go by something that's like 1,000 views. I think that gives us like a rough estimate. But I have to like go really, really far back. Cause I don't know. I haven't been on that that YouTube content making stuff in a long while. Let me see. Man, I gotta go really far back. Surprising, it's been like 2 years since I did all this. Okay, alright, this is... I think this is it. Yeah, it's monetized. It's called Finishing This Today. I can handle Indian food? But do you like Indian food, Kazi? Like, personally, in terms of spiciness... I don't know, like, which type of cuisine holds the highest for spice levels. I think it could be maybe like Vietnamese or like currency or something, or currency, curry. That's usually one of the more spicy foods. My phone is overheating right now. I'm gonna go for a bit. Oh, have a good break, Lufa. I'll still be here for after a little bit. Here, let me show you guys like how much I used to make. This is probably like the only time like a YouTuber ever shows their stream analytics. For whatever reason, it's like a sacred, forbidden thing that YouTubers shouldn't show how much money they make. Like, it's really weird. Like, I don't know why, but it's like most streamers or YouTubers don't do this. So, for like 1,000 views, or 1,700, you make about $13. Are you guys like surprised on that, or do you guys think that's like whoa, that's like a lot of money? Holy shit. Listen guys, if I wanted to go back and do things that I personally didn't like, yeah, we could make like a whole bunch of money, but I don't really care about that. I'm kind of surprised myself. I would have thought that maybe we would have made like $7 or something per 1,000 views. But I'm assuming maybe it's about... give me 1 second. Let me take a look. Where do I go for that? Is it here? I haven't looked at my analytics in a long time. Where was it? I think, I don't remember. Baseline, it's $10 for 1K views usually. It kind of depends on your RPM and your CPM though. But for mine, my RPM was like $8, so you got about 1,000 views, so it's like $8 per 1,000. So. Bro, what? $14 for just 1K views? I always thought it was just $1 per 1K views. What the fuck? Dude, you could be so rich through YouTube. Listen, happiness does not, like, money doesn't bring happiness, man. it really doesn't. Like I could have keep doing this, but it didn't make me happy. Hold on, let me show you another stream. Come to think of it, what's like the highest viewed stream that I have? I'm trying to think of it. Like, don't get me wrong, like the money is fine, but like it's not everything that matters most. Okay, this is the highest one. 2,000. Yeah, so well, actually, that's weird. It says 1,700, but it said 2,000. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. I think this one got like, I don't know, maybe it got like shared revenue or something, but this is the highest viewed stream I had at like 2,000. And there were 30 people. So yeah, Froggy's YouTuber secrets revealed. But I made $4 for the RPM for this. So it kind of depends. Like if you're what's the word for it? YouTube revenue fluctuates quite a bit. So depending on the subject matter that you're talking about, usually you'll get paid less or you'll get paid more. So there's like some content that people do, and this is like specific niches in a way, but most people go into it expecting that they can make a lot of money, but in reality it's dependent on your RPM. So I remember there's like one YouTuber that I used to know that they went into making tutorials, try to teach people how to how to basically draw and then do art and all that. And their RPM was only like, I think it was like 90 cents or something. So it's dependent on like what subjects you talk about and what subjects you want to go into. But there's a lot of niches out there that pay very little, and there's a lot like Wizard 101 that pays a lot. So well, let me before I talk out of my ass, I'm kind of curious. How much money did I used to make on videos? Let's see. What's something that's like in between? Oh, here, I'll give you guys like let's say like 4,000 views or something. It kind of sucks they don't promote streams the same way as regular videos or shorts. No, YouTube does, but you kind of have to like stick to your niche. Because in general, like when you're making content, people subscribe for the content. You know, they didn't subscribe for Froggy's chatting. Well, some people do. Some people subscribe for Froggy's just chatting. But not everybody. That's just how it is. Like, if you see a channel that... Let's say if it's on PBS or something. Like, we're talking about television. Like, the next thing you wouldn't see is, like, MTV music videos on there. So it's kind of like that. So if you have, like, a channel that you regularly view, and then they suddenly do something out of the ordinary, then it kind of just changes everything up. But at the end of the day, like, content is what really matters. If you really want to make a lot of money on this platform. Okay, let me show you guys, like, the RPM and, like, the main differences. So you guys see that? For this video, it has, like, 4,000 views. And then, when you take a look at the revenue, it's, like, $10. Like, the thing about YouTube is that you gotta, like, understand RPM and, like, CPM, and not just that, but there's a lot of moving parts to it, because not everything for revenue is gonna remain the same. A lot of YouTube revenue, it fluctuates over time. So this you saw in the stream that it was like $8 for RPM. I make $2.73 per 1,000 views for this one video. Hey, welcome back, Lufa. We're talking about YouTube analytics. I don't know if it, like, bores people whenever I talk about that. I talk about, like, YouTube and, like, analytics and all that. But usually it bores a lot of people. But I enjoy doing it. Yeah, you make $2.73 per 1,000 views. And the advertisers pay $6. Oh, that's another thing. So, you guys think I get, like, just $10, right? So, the thing is, I'm pretty sure it factors in what the YouTube cut. Because whatever you make, YouTube takes about 40% of it. And you're left with 60%. So, originally, this could have been $16. But YouTube took 40%. So now I'm left with like $10. I think that's it, right? Yeah, so if you're planning on monetizing and you're planning on becoming this big YouTuber or whatever, you will make diddly squat whenever you first start out. I'm being completely honest here, alright? What you see as estimated revenue, I'm pretty sure that's after YouTube's cut. Or it could be before. So it's kind of dependent. Okay, let me see. What's a good video that I can show you guys that is actually not that bad? What about this one? This one was like 16,000 views. Imagine if Mr. Beast revealed these stats for his channel. Well, if he did that, he'd probably get doxxed. So... well, maybe not. We'll see. Froggies, how many months or years into doing YouTube when you first created your channel? Did you actually make at least $1,000 per month? Yes! I used to make $1,000 at least like one time a month. I was like really into like the whole content creation game. Also, what's the most you ever made in a single month? Probably just like more than a little over 1,000. Probably like 1,200. But it was decent money. Like and that was like back when I was doing this in college. I was a bit more productive because I had a lot more free time. And in college, you kind of had to have like a hobby to supplement your major. So I mostly did this as like a marketing tool. And it kind of helped a lot understanding like analytics and everything. So yeah, I mean, if you guys ever do anything in college, I kind of recommend starting up something. Kind of like a portfolio. just to let people know that you're working for them. That, hey, I can do this for you, and hey, I can make money, or I know a bit about marketing and analytics and everything. That's like not to pressure people going into college, but it's nice to have something to show people. Okay, how much do you guys think this video made? It has 16,000 views. What's like an estimate you guys think that I made off of this? I'll give you a hint. It's not very high. Like, it's not extremely high, but it is decent. $43? It's not that low, Kazi. It's not that low. I can assure you, it's not that low. I'm hoping that after my program, I can go to the University of Minnesota and become a historian. I'm sure the University of Minnesota will accept you, man. I'm pretty sure. Since you're so passionate about history and geography and all of that. $123? Oh, you're actually really close. Alright, I made... Oh, okay, wait, hold on. That's not the real one. Okay, maybe... Okay, you were actually really close. Okay, you're right about $43. You make like $41 off of 16,000 views. Okay, I was thinking of like a different video. Alright, this is just to let people know that for revenue, not everything that glitters is gold. Okay. So for this, I made $2 for 1,000 views. But the advertisers pay $7. So technically, you were close in the beginning. Oh, let's see. How about this? Oh, whoops. Whoops. Okay, so it doesn't open like that. Alright, how about... Okay, let me see. Let me find a video that I remember that we made like quite a bit of money off of. Oh, I wonder, do you guys want to see like how much 1,000,000 views gets you? A million views. How much money do you think I made off of that? Well, close to 1,000,000 views. Close to 1,000,000 views. I'm gonna try and find it first, cause it's really far back. It's nice going through like YouTube analytics. It's just such a fun subject to me. Hey Nobo, how's it going, man? We're just talking about YouTube and analytics and how much money that you usually will make off of it. Show the revenue of your most popular video. You made 10 figures. No. No. No, I'm not that rich. Jesus. I'm chilling. I'm glad you're still doing streams. Oh, I do a lot of streams usually. But I do so more so because I like doing them rather than, you know, doing something that I'm kind of uncomfortable with. So for this, this was the very first viral video that I ever made, and it's probably the only one that I've ever made. But it got, I think 800,000 views. $967. Nope. I made... Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Oh, what the hell? Wait, this is really weird. I remember this was back I remember when I first saw it, this was like over $4,000. So this used to be a lot more. I don't know what happened. They must have changed the estimated revenue. But Kazi was really close. That's strange. That's really weird. I was right about 4 bands. I kid you not. It used to be around $4,000 back when I first saw it. Like I don't know where this $900. It's not that low. It really isn't. It shouldn't be. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the revenue that you get kind of fluctuates quite a bit. So, maybe the money that you make in the beginning, it will differ vastly depending on what type of content that you make. So, you guys saw that some RPM that I had before was $8. This was $1. Did they vacuum out all that money from your account? I don't know. I don't know where it went. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I was paid a lot more than $900. Maybe it was 4 grand with the old algorithm? I think so. Let me see. How about this? 80,000 views. This is kind of like the most fucked up part of all of it. Like, this video got 80,000 views, but the RPM is substantially higher. Like, it's very surprising, but somehow this made a lot more money. $167. Oh, I got you now. I got you now, Kazi. You thought this was a lot of money. Boom! Look at that shit. You thought it was only $167, but bam, right in your face, 80,000 views and it pays out $348. See, I'm kind of surprised too. It's kind of the whole RPM of everything. Sometimes you make a lot of money and then other times you make very little. But for the most part, you tend to make a lot of money just based off of Wizard 101. And this one I made $4. So if this was essentially like $8 per 1,000 views, this would rival the 800k video that I did. It would be about the same amount of money I made, just less views. Hey Flame Bro, how's it going, man? We're talking about YouTube money and how much I used to make before we, you know, we quit the whole thing. Oh, but before I quit doing like their challenges and all that. I've been pretty down. Oh, what's wrong? Before you quit the grind? Yeah, the grind was so much money though, Flame Bro. Remember back when we used to get like 30 viewers or something? We used to get 30 viewers for streams. We used to do so many challenges. I'm supposed to go to sleep as well. Oh, I see. I forget that oftentimes I stream during Flame Bro's bedtime. So he doesn't have like all the time in the world to ban like some troublemakers. Did you see Wiz got hacked last week? Yeah, I know about that. I went on and then I saw like people hack the true friend code thing. So they were typing like some weird nonsense, and there was like a lot of YouTubers that like made videos on it. Wizard 101 was hacked. They typed some weeb language, and I don't know. I thought it was just kind of, at this point, it's kind of to be expected. The thing about Wizard 101 and its like security and all that, it's not really well protected at all. Now you can hack it very easily. Not that I will ever hack it, but it's very easy to hack like an old MMO. And the reason why I say this is because it works on old hardware. And if they were And if they were to ever update an old MMO, then it would require them to update it on like a newer engine and update like the firm and security firm. But it would require them to update the entire game, which they don't have enough money to do. So, a lot of old MMOs, they could be hacked really easily. In the way that some people, like, they still stick with Windows 7. After there have been, like, so many other Windows updates. So right now, for most people, if you have, like, Windows Vista or Windows 7, you're practically vulnerable. That's what I'll say. It's I used to take a lot of cyber security courses and also information systems programming. So you tend to like know a little bit about here and there. Hey Violet, how's it going? Yeah, we're just talking about YouTube ad revenue and other things. So does anybody like have any more things they want to see from my YouTube channel? Besides like just the money? I came here to look at the money. Actually, what is my most second best performing video? I'm kind of curious now. Oh, that was my second best performing. 80,000 views. The most liked comment on your channel? Oh, I don't know what's the most liked comment. One thing I thought that was like really cringe, but a lot of YouTubers used to do it back in the day. You guys know how there's always like YouTubers who like their... Well, this is like another thing too. Like YouTubers that like their own video. I didn't do that. I thought that was like kind of cringe, but one thing that other YouTubers tend to do back in the day was that they would always heart every single comment that they get. And I never did that. I just thought that was just like too cringy. I never like liked any comment specifically. Unless it was like a comment that was like actually, you know, unique or something, or I don't know, it made me think about something. In general, I just never spammed likes at all. But as far as like my most liked, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's like the most popular video. Oh, let's see what the Pirate 101 video did. How much the Pirate 101 video made. So this was the first ever Pirate 101 video that I've ever made before. And this was specifically the same thing as like Wizard 101. But it's not Wizard 101 and probably doesn't have the same revenue. How much do you guys think I made off of like 60,000 views? I'm dyeing my hair currently. Nice. I usually don't like do anything with my hair all that much other than just comb it. Like I do have long hair, but I do like brush it occasionally now, just so I can like even it out. Can you show us your credit card details now? No. No. I don't have a credit card. I have a bank account. And that's usually how I pay with stuff. I just think credit cards are too risky. Especially with like the fees where you have to pay at like the end of the month. I don't want to do that. 50 bones, $89. No, you guys are completely wrong. We made $175 off of 60k views. Yeah. I guess another thing is also important is just like the watch time, right? So some people might attribute to this and go, wow, 40%, that's really low. I don't know. There's a lot of things that don't really matter at the end of the day. Like the sub count is one thing that doesn't really matter. But some people like to think of it as like an issue if they don't get a bunch of subscribers or whatever. But they don't realize that what matters at the end of the day is just views. Subscribers are fine, but views are what really brings in the money. Like, you could argue subscribers, oh, they'll watch your videos, or, I don't know, they're the ones that you can get, like, a base off of, but for the most part, the money you make isn't off of subscribers. It is off of... listen, I'll show you guys this, okay? It might sound stupid, okay, to most people, but hear me out, okay? So, you guys see this 175,000? I mean, 175,000. I beat Rich. You see this $175, and then you see like the audience for it, right? So the reason why I say subscribers is not necessarily the most important thing, and why views are most important, is because if you look at like how much money that you make off of views, you need to look at how many people that are not subscribed. So, the majority of the views that you get and the money that you make are always, almost 99% of the time, gonna come from outside and not subscribers. So, any money that you make... subscribers is just a number and it doesn't really matter all that much, but views at the end of the day matters a whole lot. Oh, and I got like 200 subscribers from this. Yippee! Yay! Do you guys know the YouTuber stream pay for per back? No, not really. Is he like a YouTuber that shows his analytics or something? How much you make on members? I don't make any money on members, Kazi. I started the whole member thing really late, so... One thing I started back about like 7 years ago was I could have had an option to have memberships enabled, but I didn't want to do it because it was really scummy. So it wasn't until more recently that I decided, hey, you know what, I'll just open up memberships, I might as well. But by then, it was already kind of too late. You know, the YouTube proposition has kind of just sailed by. But I don't really have a whole lot of members. I have maybe like 1 or 2. But I didn't really like the whole idea of having memberships in the first place. I just thought that was like really scummy. Because I don't know, I never really want to paywall anything. Like for like views as well. I never did. Like, I feel like one of the worst things I could do is just make content that people can't watch. And then you have to pay a fee just to watch it. Like, I want to be able to give people the content, or I want to give people the videos for them to watch. Not at, like, a price, but to be able to watch it for free. That was my reasoning for it. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Hold on. So yeah, that was practically pretty much it in terms of how much I usually used to make off YouTube. Do you guys like have any more questions on like on like YouTube videos, or like anything to do with it? Besides maybe just money. Arkies, how much money did you used to make per month or something? Yeah, I don't know. I've already said this, but back when I used to be more serious about it, I used to make about $300 or $400 a month. That's if I didn't really upload anything or I didn't really do anything special. For the most part, I just been kind of, I don't know. If I did release a video, then it would spike a lot, but if I didn't, then it would just settle to like 300 or 400. Lufa got the right idea. What's your bank account info? I'm not telling you my bank account info. It's too cringe. The numbers, they're all messed up. They aren't, people they won't understand it. Let me see. What's like one other thing that I can show you guys? Oh, let me see. What do you guys think about shorts? How much money do you guys think you make off of shorts? Because I know nowadays they have a program for it, if you specifically make content for it. But shorts are really easy to make, and you also get like very inflated views for it. When's the face reveal, Froggies? What are you talking about? This is the face reveal. Wait. This is the face reveal. You think this face isn't good enough? Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I need to change this from a square. Hold on. I'm sorry. You guys aren't used to me being in like a box. $0.50 per 1K, my guess. No, you make very little. I won't lie. Let me show you guys this. This was like the first ever shorts that I ever did. So this had like 2,000 views. So it made 20 cents. It made 20 cents. If you guys think that, the thing is, if you guys think that you can make money off of shorts, a lot of people tend to think this way, that they can make like YouTube content and they'll make like short form content that they'll make like a lot of money off of it. You do not make a lot of money off of YouTube shorts. And it wasn't one of the reasons why I stopped doing it. It was more so because I didn't really feel like I was contributing anything valuable. Shorts content is just kind of like brain rot. Just to feed your brain, just to have something there. Kind of like have people who have ADHD or something. And I didn't want to make that type of content. I just wanted to make something that people can digest, or I don't know, have something that is like more meaningful, right? So for a lot of YouTube channels out there that make short content, it doesn't necessarily translate well for people who make videos. So some YouTubers, they'll make a whole bunch of shorts, but for their videos they'll make very little, like in terms of views. And they like to think that it, like, just because they gain subscribers that they'll watch like the videos. But no, it's like the complete opposite. If you make good content, people will watch. That's just how it is. If you make meaningful, helpful content that's like valuable to whoever is watching, then they'll watch it. But if you make crap, then people won't watch it. And for shorts, I just, like, this just kind of felt like crap. Like, I just wasn't making anything that was just meaningful. I was just making shorts clips off of the streams that I did. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it. But unless maybe if I do something that's like very meaningful, like within a vacuum. You know how there's like one Pokemon YouTuber that makes those card opening shorts? Have you guys ever heard of him? Like, he has like the whole jingle with the, should I open it, should I keep it sealed? If I make something like that, or if I come up with something in a vacuum that's actually like very valuable in a short time, then I'll go for it. But if I don't have anything like remotely even interesting, I won't. Maybe. Here, I'll show you guys what I mean. Shorts Pocket Monster. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, so this is the guy I was talking about. So he makes a lot of short content, but a lot of the short content is actually somewhat more meaningful. Because he doesn't waste your time. But also at the same time, he makes it interesting. So, like, a lot of his shorts get a lot of views, but I can guarantee you that they don't really pay remotely a whole lot. I showed you guys how much you make off of shorts. Imagine, like, $1 million. So for 2,000 views, let's say you make 20 cents. So for every 1,000 views, you make 10 cents. How much money do you guys think he makes? They have shorts now on TVs. Hold on, let me try and do the math for it. So, 1 million views, and then you get paid 10 cents. The math on this is gonna be very difficult for me. Well, not really, but... $1,000. Well, close to it, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's about $1,000. But the thing is though, that most people don't see whenever they make these videos. How much do you guys think that he actually pays for like the items that he opened? Because some of them, they cost like a booster box of cards. It costs like $1,000. And then some of them are like really old packs, and they cost like $300. So you gotta factor in like the risk, and you also have to like factor in how much money, like whatever you're opening like it costs as well. But you could also argue, but if you're making 1 million views per short, then you must be making back a lot. And maybe they are, maybe they aren't. It kind of just depends. I don't know their whole entire deal. I have ADHD. I remember at one point, like, I didn't have ADHD, but I had OCD. I don't know if any of you guys had OCD, but I had like more of a... Well, it was like a good version of OCD. Like, it was like the OCD where I had to get like really clean. Or I had to like keep washing. Well, like I would use a lot of soap, a lot of shampoo, and a lot of conditioner. So I always had to be super clean when I was a kid. But I outgrew that. Like after a while I realized that I'm just gonna be dirty anyways. I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna, I don't know, have like bacteria on my shoes, or I don't know, if I touch something, I'm just gonna have bacteria on my hands. So I figured, whatever. If I need to clean it, I'll just wash it with water and some soap. I'm hoping for the camera to turn on so I can see a cute Vietnamese Indonesian guy with long hair and a binder of Pokemon cards. Nah, that's never gonna happen. The closest thing you're gonna get is Robo Froggies. You'll never see the true face of me. See, I'm below the line right now, but you guys can't see my whole face. Well, you guys can see like the top frog though. He kind of just assumed the spot. He still hasn't left. I have mild OCD undiagnosed. I had sudden OCD as a kid. Like I'd say it was a good version of OCD where it wasn't like a bad addiction. It was just, oh, I need to be clean. But it was never like, oh, I need to go clean. What is it? I need to clean my room or something. Well, I don't know. Maybe I also had that fixation. But after a while, you kind of just realize that life is just the way that it is, and life is just kind of too short for that. I have 4 diagnoses: ADHD, OCD, autism, and bipolar. Bipolarism, huh? I've never been diagnosed with anything in particular. Cause my doctor said I was like more or less just like a regular frog. Like he said I was, oh, you're normal on everything, except for one thing. My dad has like on his side of the family, we have like a history of heart disease. So like my dad, like one day he said out of the blue, one day you kids are you might have like heart disease or something. So who knows? Maybe one of these days I might have like a heart attack on stream. Think about the views, though. I'm just kidding. that's just terrible. You can name the stream the day Froggies has the heart attack. Actually, what's a good stream title? Heart attack caught live on stream. Oh boy, that to be remembered for that'd be terrible. It was for my room? Oh, you mean you had to like make your room super clean when you were a kid? You need a life alert button, it calls 911. I wonder if life alert is still a thing nowadays. It probably isn't. I'm pretty sure it isn't. I have mild OCD undiagnosed. Oh. I'd say I still have like a hint of OCD nowadays. But more so whenever I go to a store. And this is just like something I do in general. Maybe a lot of people don't do this and they think it's weird. But if I see something that like, if it's on the floor, if it's like, let's say an item or, I don't know, it's like a toy or something, I'll just like get it, like I'll just put it back on the shelf. Like I'll just go out of my way and just do it. Like I know employees or like the people working there, they can do it. But I always just have that in my mind that I have to do it. I have to put it back on the shelf. Because it's just out of place. And more than likely, maybe somebody's gonna hurt themselves. Or I don't know, some kid's gonna run by and is gonna trip over it or something. I'm in bed now, how was the money? What money, Flame Bro? We're not making money. We're doing it for fun now. The whole thing is for fun. Have you forgotten to do something that you were just about to do? Yeah, I've had that a lot. But more so, if I was gonna have something I was gonna say, then I'd more than likely just lost my train of thought. And it happens very often. Like, there's one thing that I thought was like a really good idea, but if I don't put it to pen and paper, or if I have it in my dreams and I think it's a good idea, and I don't write it down, then I just forget about it. That's why it's more or less just really important for me to put things on like my WordPad, or I put them in like a separate Discord, just so that I can like go back to it later. Or if it's just something I want to talk about in general. I think that just happens with everybody. But if you have a really good idea, even if you think it's stupid, listen guys, I'm being really serious. If there's a stupid idea you have out there, no matter what, you have to try it. Okay? It might be stupid, but it will pay off. Maybe. 50-50. 50-50 it will pay off. But you'll... Like, the whole phrase and the whole thing people generally say is like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot or something. Or I don't know, you miss like the 100% of the craps you don't take on the toilet or something. I don't know. It's something to do with like the shots, but like it's important if you have an idea that you think is good, you gotta do it. Cause I remember back when I had like ideas for Wizard 101. Like how far can you make it without in Wizard 101 with crowns or membership? I thought it was a stupid idea, but I did it anyways. And look what happened. So if there is like a stupid idea you have, then it will work out. And if it doesn't, then you know you'll have the next stupid idea to work on. I'm glad to hear it, boss. Yeah. The money well has run dry, Flame Bro. We can always revisit the leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. There, if ever we hit the streets or something, we will always have Wizard 101 to fall back on. We can always go back to the mindless slave grind of having people in the chat, and then we'll be on the grind for like 4 hours or something, stuck on a boss and having to figure what the fuck to do. We can always go back to those days. Okay, what do you guys think? If you guys could recommend one movie that is like a must-see by the end of your life, and you recommend it to somebody who hasn't seen it before, what would the movie be? Like my suggestion is like a really straightforward one, but it's also a really simple one. Like it's a must-see that anybody they have to watch it. Like you can only pick one. I don't know about movies. Flame Bro, what the fuck? You don't watch movies? You watch like anything? Right, except Froggies. This is the most important thing. I'm just kidding. But I'd say in terms of movies, the one I recommend the most is Grave of the Fireflies. Like it's not particularly a really... Well, I don't know. It's like one of those movies that everybody should watch just to like learn from it, but also see like the history behind it, just to get a feeling of what it's all about. Like I'm not like saying that it's like a wholesome movie or anything. I'm just saying that it's a somewhat more important movie to learn about life lessons. Very gory, but I'm sure some people will look at things differently if they give it a viewing. It is a Studio Ghibli movie, so I'm pretty sure some people have watched it before. YouTube and your content? I know Flame Bro, but you must watch like shows or something, or like movies. you could say, nah, Froggies, I've watched like the streams. That's just like the amount of the length of a movie in it of itself. I wonder if I ever posed that question. I might have in the past though. Oh, speaking of Nintendo, I got recommended like a clip of a game called like Metal Gear, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it. But they were talking about a box being used in the game as like some sort of Easter egg, but it's like a disguise for stealth. And I read one of the comments of the clip itself, and apparently it was like the box, like disguise. I'm literally not kidding. Like a cardboard box was used in the U.S. Marines, is in like an experiment to see if an AI robot could detect it. So they were doing it so that they can implement AI robots in times of maybe implement them in like the battlefield or something. So a couple of Marines had some bright ideas to make it so that the AI couldn't detect them. Some used camouflage, and then others did like cartwheels. And there's like I think 2 Marines. They used a cardboard box and they just hid under it, and they just slowly crept up to the robot, and it couldn't detect them at all. So I guess to say AI isn't exactly perfect, but to be fair though, the AI, the way it was detecting people was just by how it learned. Because for the most part, soldiers or whoever's on the battlefield, they usually either just walk or run. And if it doesn't resemble human, then it's kind of hard to detect it. But it's kind of interesting to think about, though. Can you imagine someday that, like, if we have, like, AI security cameras and it's used to detect people, like, we can just get around that by hiding under a cardboard box? or we could just, like, I don't know, put, like, the Charlie Brown disguise. We just have a blanket over our heads. Like, we could just go under it, like, in a disguise of any kind, and it wouldn't recognize us. So for all AIs and its faults, I think right now it's still probably in its like primitive stages. Let me see. Oh, I did watch I said we watched like the Nintendo Direct, right? So I was thinking the other day, and I had this like and I always got this like the wrong way, because for a lot of video game characters, I got it backwards or I mistaked them in some way. Like for example, one time, well, back in like the early days, I used to think the Legend of Zelda, you know, the guy in green, I used to think he was Zelda because it made sense. I thought we were just playing a game about him. But no, the dude was called Link. And then another example was for Twisted Metal. It's probably more niche, but Twisted Metal is just like a driving game where you crash into people. And, well, you go through like multiple stages, and like it's some sort of battle royale thing. But there was like one character in that game, and I used to think his name was Sweet Tooth. And he's like a clown. But no, that's just like the car he drives. His name is actually called Needles Kane. So, I often wonder if people ever had this mistake one time as well. If they ever thought like some game characters were specifically this name, but it wasn't at all. Like, like, to be fair though, I usually just go by the title, and if they're just called that, then I just think of them as that. I think another thing that might be a tad bit confusing, at least to me, I watched somebody I watched somebody play one of the newer Metal Gear games. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Delta something. So there's like a character named Snake, but he's not just called Snake. He's called I think he's called Solid Snake. And then I decided, since I watched like that streamer play the game, I decided to look up like the lore on the game itself. Apparently, he has like kids, and some of them are not like called Snake, but one of them is called Liquid Snake, and then they have like different games, and each and every, well, for the most part, each and every game is just like a different snake of a different generation. So the old Snake, Solid Snake, is no longer called Snake. He's just called the Big Boss, or he's called the Old Boss. So when it comes to like game characters, I tend to get them confused because either I think they're like the same person, or I think they're just mistaken by or going by another name. All right, what else do I have? Oh, the Nintendo Direct. So besides the Super Mario Galaxy movie, I saw that I don't know why they're doing this. This like, when I saw it, I thought it was like so stupid, but I saw they were putting like the old Mortal Kombat games on the Switch, and I thought, why? I thought, why though? Why put like Mortal Kombat 1 or 2 or even 3 on the Switch? And they were doing it for like the Switch 2 as well. I don't get it though. But I guess I never thought I'd see the day that Nintendo would do something remotely like this, where they would have games that you know, that would be recommended for in general, it'd be for kids, and they'd have Mortal Kombat on there. It's kind of amazing. Oh, and also, I saw in the Nintendo Direct that they were bringing back the Virtual Boy. Do you guys remember the Virtual Boy? Or do you guys know anything about the Virtual Boy? Hold on, let me bring this bowl out. I had to finish like my soup. I'll be back in like a bit in like a little moment. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. At least I think I'm back. I have the mic on. I had to grab like a water too. Just cause it's like so hot in here. Alright, boss, I'm gonna go to sleep. Have a nice rest of your evening. Good night, chat. Hey, have a good night, Flame Bro. Thanks for moderating the chat as always, man. I hope you get well. Or I don't know. I hope you you have a good night too. So what was I talking about? The VR, I think. The Virtual Boy. So if you guys don't know what the Virtual Boy is, it's essentially just like a VR headset, but everything's just red. So, but the way that they're implementing this is that it's like the Virtual Boy, like the old Virtual Boy, but you get to play the Switch games on it. So you put the Switch like inside the Virtual Boy, and you get to play through the games in red vision. So it's like VR if you're dehydrated. And I had this like and it does remind me like of dehydration because I've experienced it one before. Back when I was a kid, I didn't. There was one time I was exercising and like during PE, and I didn't drink enough water. So all of a sudden I collapsed and I had red vision. So it does remind me of that in a way. It's very similar. So if you ever were dehydrated in some way, you will almost always have red vision. At least I'm pretty sure. I think it was yellow and then red. Let me see. What else did I watch for the Nintendo Direct? Oh, oh. They were having an Animal Crossing Stardew Valley Pokemon game. They were calling it Poketopia. I never thought Nintendo would have touched that property, but they're finally doing it. Well, they actually did have one before, but I think it was Pokemon. It was on the Nintendo 64, but I forgot the name of it. It was essentially almost the same thing, except you had a farm of Pokemon, and you kind of had to raise them up. But in this one you get to grow plants, and you get to have the Pokemon as farm animals. I think. It's essentially the same concept as Stardew Valley. But it also had the art style of Animal Crossing. Okay, what else did I have? Oh, the last thing that I was interested in. So I saw that the new Pokemon game, ZA Legends, I saw that it had paid DLC. And I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure I paid DLC as well for Scarlet and Violet. But I had to buy like 2 of the DLCs and it cost $40. So it was more, I think it was maybe like 3/4 of the price of the game itself. And I hope that maybe if they did release the DLC, it won't be almost the same price as the whole game. And I paid $40 for 2. I don't know, like they're very mid DLCs. They were okay, but I didn't really have like a whole lot of fun playing them. It was just like, oh, what was the story about? Let me see, what else? Besides the Nintendo Direct, I didn't really watch anything else. Maybe... No, I can't remember anything besides just the Nintendo Direct. Because that's like the only one I had a whole lot to talk about. Okay. I guess it's gonna be more of a shorter stream then. I'm probably just gonna like call it here. I kind of wanted to end a little bit early anyways, just so that I could have time to edit. Because tomorrow I have like a really big day ahead of me. Because I have to not only go to my sister's house, but I gotta do a lot more work-related stuff. So it's kind of good that I have like more time to do things that I kind of want to do today. And really not leave it for tomorrow. It's mainly one of the reasons why I didn't have the stream today for tomorrow. Because if I had it for tomorrow, then I don't know. I probably would have been really busy and I couldn't really make the time for it. So this was like the only time of the week that I could make just so that I could, I don't know, talk or stream in general. But yeah, this is I hope you guys enjoyed chatting with me. I hope you guys, well, maybe learned a lot about YouTube content creation, or maybe you got something out of it. Like, well, how much money YouTubers actually make. In general, I find YouTube content creation, whenever I talk about it, it bores most people. But I'm glad some people here really enjoyed well, enjoyed the process of understanding content creation. And if anybody does want to become a content creator, I'll let you know that it's gonna be a long road ahead. It really is. But it's a really enjoyable road, but also with lots of bumps and ups and downs. Alright, I guess if nothing else, I'll see you guys on Sunday. We're gonna do some doodle requests, so if anybody does have any doodles that they want me to try and draw, I'm more than happy to fulfill them. And besides that, hope you all have a good night, and bye bye everybody.